Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Craig with Mutt's Gear Shack. Today we're going to be taking a look at a 1980 Dean Z. This is just a fantastic guitar. I found this on Marketplace a few years ago. I had to drive 5 hours each way to go pick this thing up in Anchorage, Alaska. It's in pretty good shape overall. It does have a few nicks and dings and some finish checking. The worst of the damage really is it's had a headstock break, which we'll get a closer look at over on the Workbench. But it's just a fantastic guitar. You know, I've been wanting one of these early Deans for a while. I've had a lot of the imports, and I always liked the Explorer style bodies. And I'm a big Dimebag Darrell fan, you know, and he played the early 80s Dean MLs. I'd love to find an ML. They just bring crazy money. All these Deans now are bringing insane amounts of money. This one wouldn't bring as much because it does have the headstock repair, but they're out of my price range. This one I got a really good deal on when I bought it. Great guitar, sounds great. Pickups have been replaced. They are DiMarzio's, and one of the pots has been replaced. I believe everything else is original on it. So let's take it over the Workbench, and we'll get a close look at this thing, then we'll do a playing demo. So we'll start up here at the headstock, and you can see it's had a couple repairs. They're a little more noticeable from the back. Great old ebony board. Binding's got some cracks, some checking, you know, and it's an old guitar. Frets still have plenty of life. You know, it's been played. And we got some nicks and dings on the wing, on the headstock, which you can kind of expect on these guitars. It's hard to not bang them into stuff. And you can see the Made in USA. It's a little faint, but it's there with the 80. And you can see the repair a little bit better on the back here. Lots of finish checking. Lots of nicks and dings. There's the switch. In the cavity you can see lots of not great soldering work when they replace the pickups. I think that's a DiMarzio pot there. So I believe that's the pot that's been replaced, the metal there. Nut width, we're reading 1.716. And at the 12th, we're reading 2.006. Get a little closer view of the repair. They've put some dowels in. And take a look at our truss rod area here. A little better look at the fretboard. It's had some play. And we have 24 3/4 scale length. And we have a 12-inch radius fretboard. Back of our neck pickup, it's a DP193. And the bridge pickup, DiMarzio, it's the same exact one, the DP193, which is the Air Norton. I'll put the specs up on the screen here for the Air Norton. take a look at our pickup cavity here. You can see the neck tenon. And a shot of our bridge pickup cavity. Not really sure what that says in there. Just kind of building marks, I suppose, from manufacturing process. Our tailpiece, made in Germany. Piece for the strings to go through. Just never had that off. Figured I'd take a look at it. And it looks like the pickup rings are also replacements. Those are DiMarzios. I don't know. This could be an original pickup ring. MR49 it says on there. Since we don't need to do any real fret work, we'll just put this on. We won't have to tape off our whole fretboard that way. Just going to give them a quick polishing. And we'll clean up the fretboard. And I just used some Dunlop fretboard cleaner and prep. Use some of the Dunlop 65 Ultimate Lemon Oil. I'll do this after every string change, but it's been a couple years since I put any on this. We'll let that soak in good. A few minutes, we'll wipe it back off with paper towel, and then we'll string her up. Get our first fret neck depth. So we're reading 0932. Our 12th, 0985. So I'll put some super slinkies on. We're going to tune this one to standard tuning. All my stuff is tuned to E flat. I don't have very many in standard tuning, so that's what we're going to do with this one. A little shorter scale length too. If I tune down E flat with 9s, it makes it a little bit too loose feeling. I always like to put a little bit of graphite in the nut slot. Helps the string kind of move along a little bit without binding up. I'll leave the truss rod cover off. I may do some adjustments since I put lighter strings on. String height, about 1.25. About the same right up there, so it feels pretty good. Let's check to make sure that not getting any buzzing. There's a little bit of relief. Alright, stretch these things a little bit more and then we'll go on to a sound demo. Alright, got her all set back up. Didn't even have to mess with the truss rod, so that's good. Got her playing pretty good now. It's definitely a lot easier to play. As I'm getting older, my hands are starting to give me a little bit of trouble, so I'm kind of going down from the heavier strings. I just don't play as much as I used to. So we'll go through some clean tones, some dirty, and some heavier stuff. The pots are a little stiff, especially the replacement pot. So here's the neck pickup. Now, this is just a cool ass guitar. I really love this thing. It runs the whole spectrum, really, from lighter stuff, to really heavy stuff too. It's a balanced guitar. It's pretty lightweight. I don't have the exact weight on it, but I'd say it's right around 8 pounds or so. Neck, really nice neck on it. I love the fretboard. Beyond the price point on these things, they're just great guitars, but they've just become so unaffordable now. And like I said, Dean makes some nice import guitars too. So, if you don't have these in your budget to get an actual vintage Dean, some of the Korean stuff is really nice too. And I've played a lot of the Korean and the Chinese made Deans, and there's some decent ones. You can do some nice setup work on them, a little bit of fret work, and they play nice. So this thing, it's definitely been played. But it's a really nice guitar. I've been having it hanging on the wall for a while with a nice setup. I'm going to have to get it out and start playing it a lot more now. It's a great guitar. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the subscribers, all the comments. So remember, if you like the content, give me a big thumbs up, subscribe, and see you next episode.